And we are go.
Free Speech Radio!
And welcome to Free Speech Radio. This is 2022. I'm back in the hot seat, baby. How y'all doing out there? Now we're going to see if I can actually talk non-stop at a pretty decent rate for about, well, as long as I can manage really, and see what happens. I mean, I've got to say specific things. Just getting word in my ear now. We've got David on the line. No, that's a complete lie. I'm not going to tell lies. But also it's quite difficult just to speak. But hey, we can do this, I'm sure. You know, just get used to it, don't you? That's what happens. I've been tweeting like a madman on listening to talk radio, and I basically want to join talk radio. So I'm doing this in order to practice my skills, hone my skills, see if I can do it. And if you want to speak to me, you can call me on 01295 278 020. Or you can email me. I'll pick up my emails at scbh77@gmail.com. That's right, I don't hide a thing. I got nothing to hide. So yeah, I got so I've asked Talk Radio if so I said here, Stephen Hartley on Talk Radio with the alternate view. The world has got most things upside down. I can put it right. Through the night or sidekick to Collins. I am flexible and come at an affordable price. Well, that's right. The world has got most things upside down, and I can put it right. Well, things I'm interested in, I've looked into. Kyle has brought an extra dimension to talk radio. It was good before. It's great now, and I'm sure it will be soon superb when you get me on. We were talking about cancer earlier. Macmillan is the only decent cancer charity. Cancer research is a joke. They've achieved next to nothing. Doctors only offer chemo, toxic chemicals including mustard gas, or surgery which doesn't tackle the cause. And it's all about the cause. I mean, clearly smoking tobacco wasn't the main cause of lung cancer. Still vital to focus on the cause. Cutting out tumours or killing them with chemo doesn't stop them coming back. I mean, I did this website here, healself.co.uk. It's got some good stuff in here. Got some good stuff on the anatomy, and you can look into that. They missed out the thymus. It's supposed to be there. Look at that big gap. That's when I was looking into it, and since updated the picture, which I haven't done on my site. Herbs, talking about herbs and the things you eat, the things you put in your mouth. It's all pretty basic stuff. Get some exercise. Come on, live. You're here to live. Or meditate, get your mental state in that good performance. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go back to where I was there on the tweets. Why didn't the hospital just call security? This is a Great Ormond Street Hospital where the security guards have gone on strike and protesting outside the hospital. Because basically if you worked for the NHS, you got all the sick pay, the pensions, all the perks. So what the NHS did is thought, right, we'll outsource security. So they basically had the same security staff, just outsourced, lost all the benefits. A bit cheeky, isn't it? And then they're planning to do the same with the cleaners. So I added, or get the cleaners to get rid of the protesters. Anyway, the way that the way they sort of treat people is much more. Now we have a reference, because now we can say, well, hang on, remember all these key workers during the lockdowns? We're saying all these lovely key workers who keep working. We really have to appreciate them. But security guards would be included in that. They're working in the pandemic. Then they get treated like that, and then to treat the cleaners like that too. just to take the lowest end that they consider and treat them like crap. Terrible. Did you just say the Savile victims don't want to stand in the witness box again? There was never a first time, and these witnesses wouldn't pass as credible as Savile was a scapegoat. Sorry, added an as there. So, obviously this is a very contentious issue, and most people haven't probably given it a lot of thought and don't want to think about it. But, as I said here, Savile is an innocent man, a real working class hero, scapegoated to get the likes of Leon Britton and Ted Heath off the hook. They wanted to clear all the politicians' names. They certainly didn't want them looking into that previous prime ministers. So, once Savile popped his clogs, they knew he couldn't defend himself, he's dead, and that's when they decided to bring it out. Well, it's such a cowardly way to act. It's disgraceful. And if I don't actually know Savile or anything, but I've looked into it, and he seems like a proper working class hero to me. I've done a video on it on the Rebel for Jesus YouTube channel. I'll just show you. I think if we do it in order of quickly, just testing out how much I can get away with. Here is the link. Jimmy Savile's scapegoat. See, only 281 views. But in this video, basically show
the current mainstream
him talking,
or rather,
and I show
they don't call it a hospital. They call it.
Is actually a great interview that I show. No, I just thought I showed his victims. No, I did. Yes, I did.
In some way
as well.
colluded.
I've got their stuff earlier on.
It was what?
And that's,
Jimmy,
anyway.
I met.
War. He was conscripted to work as a
video. Right. That's Savile done. The unvaccinated stand in good stead if a new, more deadly virus is released in a few years down the line. The now vaccinated will be even more dependent on a vaccine for the new virus having compromised their immune system. So, I know I'm not reading these out very well. So the new, in a few years, if we get another virus, the people who are vaccinated, I'm afraid to say, your immune system will be a little bit lazier than somebody who's unvaccinated. And that is the reason I didn't want the vaccine, because I want to keep my immune system in tip-top condition. Kevin, regarding the migrants coming over the channel, the government must want them, need them. Consider the numbers of Europeans we had coming over for years. It would take some time to adjust. And he did read it out. It's true though, we had 300,000 odd every year coming, Eastern Europeans mostly, and they're doing all the donkey jobs that the residents already here don't want to do. Quite rightly, why would you? And if you're new, you start at the bottom rung of the ladder. If I have to, quit my business one day, if it's not bringing in enough money, I've got to go out and get a job, I've got to start at the bottom of the ladder. Everybody starts at the bottom of the ladder. That's the way it goes. So we need these immigrants, to be honest. And I think they know that we also need brown-eyed people, because brown-eyed people are in harmony with the earth more than blue and green. But that's another thing. When are we going to go into that? No. There is a tier of management in our institutions that didn't used to exist. It sucks up money and just makes the services it provides worse. Get rid of that and get back to getting stuff done. It's true. When I was at school, it was just about bearable then. You had the principal, and you had the vice principal, and then you had a secretary, and then you had the heads of years and heads of departments, and then the teachers. Well, now you got the principal, and you got about 5 vice principals, and the principal has a PA, and there's just this. That's a tier of management that isn't needed. That's 4 people there, probably on pretty decent salaries, trying to find things to do, because there shouldn't be that much to do in a school, you know. And it's there in the education, it's there in the NHS, and they are just sucking up the money and spending most of their time justifying the reason for them by being complete, you know, C words to the actual staff who actually do the work in a school. The teachers who teach, and that's what they're supposed to do. Even though they, you know, once you've an academy, your curriculum is fixed. You've got no flexibility on what you can teach. You can't teach. In order to teach, you must inspire. You must inspire the children first. And until you do that, you can't teach. Because then, once you've inspired them, then all you need to do is guide them. Inspire and guide. That's teaching. But that inspiration's got to come first. Anti-Jewishness is on the rise because they make up 0.003% of the population, yet you'd think it was more like 10. Anti-Jewishness is on the rise because we have certain Jews always playing the victim card, even though they do very well these days, e.g. with Jeremy Corbyn, when they kicked him out. It wasn't him who did anything anti-Semitic, it was just that he'd been allowing some anti-Semitism, which we never even heard the details on this, I don't think. You know, and that's why they kicked him out. And they wouldn't just stop going on about it. You know, every time something was coming up where he needed votes, they came out and went on and on and on about them. And we know they're in the BBC and we know they're in the media. But why are they plugging anti-Semitism? Because to be Semitic, that's Jew or Arab. So, are the Arabs paying the Jews to get this thing done? I don't know. But yeah, it does annoy me when it comes up a bit. And they bring up the Holocaust as if we're the bloody ones who did it. I mean, do they do this in Germany? Perhaps they should, every day at a certain time. Shame them for allowing the Holocaust to have happened in their country. But we didn't allow it. We were against it. My ancestors fought the buggers to stop them succeeding. So, stop having a go at us. Blimey. No wonder you got kicked out in the 1300s. And that was supposed to be because they owed so much, they were owed so much money. So it was easier to kick them out and not pay the debt. But, see, this is the sort of, the piousness of the Jews is, that they, in their religion, it says that they are the chosen people of God. Now, I understand most Jews, probably not even religious, but you look at the extreme religious people in each sect, the extreme Christians, those Jesuits, those weird Catholics, the extreme in the Islam and, Al-Qaeda and all that extremes. And extreme Jews, they must exist. And so they're sort of their piousness, right? Sort of saying, oh, we've been picked on all the time. But we know they believe in their hearts that they are the chosen ones. So that they must look at everybody else as, almost infidels. But then what they do, they break their own rules by becoming moneylenders. It's quite clearly one of the commandments, neither borrow or lend money. So if they did get kicked out because they owed money, well, Yabu sucks. I mean, you shouldn't have been lending money in the first place according to your own religion. And I just think maybe it's because when you think you're the chosen ones, that's how you treat other people differently. I had a wry smile there because, my thing about the Christ and everything. So, yeah, a bit dodgy territory for me. And also, I mean, they were saying something about them being race. Right, here we go. Check your own history. No white Jews existed before 1100 AD. They were from Uzbekistan. So they had converted to Judaism, probably because of some early Jews who had been, cast out earlier. There's two exoduses or they're not called exoduses. It was when they were kicked out. It happened twice. So the first time, they're scattered, a few scattered here, there, and everywhere. And it was possibly then that some went to Uzbekistan, and the people liked the religion. But if you look at the clothing they wear, these black hats, I mean, that's never come from Israel. I'm talking the children of Jacob, the true children of Israel, right? Jacob's 12 sons. They're black. For a start, they're black, right? So no white Jews existed before 1100 AD. You can't be a race and have different races within you. That doesn't make sense. So because he was saying that the Jews is a race. Well, Jews isn't a race. Well, it is in a way because they have quite strict rules that only the mother... so if you're a Jewish man and you want to marry a non-Jew woman, your children won't be Jewish. So it is passed on in the women. So how do they go from black to white? So obviously those Uzbekistans weren't genetically connected. They just taken on the religion, and now they're the ones who say get all the glory. I mean, they are the ones who got put into concentration camps. I mean, there's no denying that. So they did suffer, certainly, but they don't have that claim to be the children of Israel. They are not, because the true children of Israel are black, and they got escorted in yokes of iron, scattered, taken on ships. That's in the Bible. That would happen. And it did. They got taken to the Caribbean. They got taken to South America, North America. And it also said one of the characteristics of the Jews in the Bible is that they're really good with music. And they have a whole sect of singers. So they're musical and they sing. Right. Jews the white Jews today, they're not like that particularly. They're good at writing sitcoms and comedy. I'll give them that. But look at the black people and their music. It's excellent. Oh. Criticising Jews is no different to criticising Catholics or Mormons. It's not racist, it's religionist. They are not a race. As you've heard, some are white, some are Middle Eastern, and some are black. Alright, so if you want to call in, you can call in. Got the phone here ready. Anytime you want to call in, should we just phone someone randomly? We're going to phone someone randomly now on the show. Come on, I know that's a code. We'll get there in the end. If you want to call me, it's 01295 278 020.
Hello there. We're thrilled you've been searching on Zoopla. We're just connecting you, and please note, this call may be recorded for training or monitoring purposes.
Oh, that's a bit boring. Have I phoned someone on Zoopla?
This will be with you shortly.
Hello?
All calls are recorded.
Oh, shut up. Let's try again. Last time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognised.
Perhaps just as well.
Try again.
Free Speech Radio!
So I'm just checking my emails here, and I'm seeing that Chloe at Organize has emailed me. Wow, Stephen, this week we've learned that the cost of living is going to rocket even higher than we first thought. I tell you, I gotta say about this. People on those, you know, you got the key thing that you've got to, you've got to go and put money on that, right? Now, obviously, they're variable rates, so they would have really got stung with this. I mean, it's incredible how they'll just come out and do something that really does hurt the people who can least manage it. You know, in short notice, they've got to scrabble up a load more money. Oh, got some big news. It's a sort of a private matter. You know, they got to scrub up this money, like so quickly, and it's unfair. It's so unfair, and because you're absolutely stuck when you've got one of those keys. What else can you do? What else can you do? No, I'll tell you what it was. My son, we sent off DNA test, ancestry. Not really to see if he's my son. Pretty convinced he is. He looks just like me. He acts just like me, and I'm reminded of what a difficult person I must have been in my teenagers. Anyway, got a picture of a what do you call that? Stick insects. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? For my brother in Mallorca. So random words, but specific words is what we're after, because they trigger visualizations in your mind. Hangar, building for aircraft, so you liked hearing that. Lambent, softly glowing or flickering. Oh. Mongoose, a small carnivorous mammal of Africa and Asia. Owl, a bird of prey with large eyes, active at night. I'll show you my owl. Do you know that barn owl is beautiful, isn't it? His face, it's got a face of an angel. I think if that popped down on you, just call it an angel. Prince, a son or other close male relative of a monarch. As if you didn't know that, but you still like hearing the words. You don't really care if the words make much sense or not. I mean, you probably walked out the door, you've come back in. You're not even sure if I'm still talking about anything at all. Register, an official list. God, these words are small. A part of the range of a voice of musical instrument. Ha! They never thought that. The level and style of writing or speech. Enter in a register. Express an opinion or emotion. Oh, yeah, it's a register. Become aware of. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Of a measuring instrument. Show a reading. Yes. Register office. Registrar. Regress. Return to an earlier or less advanced state. Well, now you've worked out. I'm just reading the dictionary, aren't I? Just a few random words. Source. A place, person, or thing from which something originates. A place where a river begins. A person, book, etc. providing information. Like me, isn't it? Desperate times call for desperate measures. I've never been a plucker. I'm a pheasant plucker's son, but I've been trying something. guitar like this. That's alright, mama. That's alright with me. That's alright, mama. Any way you do it, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Any way you do. Baby, she done told me. Mama done told me too. Son, I tell you, fooling when she ain't no good for you. But that's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Anyway. But, you know, that was the last desperate attempts to do something. Just getting in my ear now. Get on with it, you're an idiot. Ooh, yeah, self-deprecation is actually, sounds very good, doesn't it, when people do self-deprecation. But you kind of know it's not real, but still, some people get away with it. I gotta say, talk radio is bloody brilliant. And, you know, I want to listen to them, to get influenced by them. You know, Mike Graham is the king at just talking. He doesn't even do it with any help, I don't think. Jeremy Kyle, it brings something fresh and new. I really love him, what he's doing. And he's got a big team to help him. So, you know. You know. Julia Hartley Brewer, brilliant. James and Ash, you know, sometimes are brilliant, sometimes not so much. Ian Collins, I think he's a bit of a bore personally. Some of them that they get on are great, and you know, I really want to work for them. I really want to get on there. Why not? You know, I've got some contentious views, but I do have these heartfelt views on a lot of things because I understand some of the deeper things, you know, that I've been going on about in my YouTube channels for ages. That's why these opinions come to me. They sort of seem to come quite quick because I do seem to have made quite a lot of sense of the world. But there we go. I think I'm gonna knock it on the head there a bit, mate, and so see you next time. Perhaps when I've got something to say. And that's what we'll do. Ciao for now.